little bit.
But they do that in Hollywood too.
And
you know the phone calls I got?
It's
I can
everywhere.
imagine.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you. I don't care. So in hindsight is 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as 2004, there was a guy that was on my MySpace who found himself on my Facebook and who found myself. And as social media goes on, but this is 2020, and this guy was always giving like these little like cheerleader type posts, like, "Oh, you're doing so good. It's nice to see you." And I didn't think anything of it. Well, it turns out when I went out to LA, he comes to a concert. And he goes to me, "Okay, oh wow, you're a headliner. That's great. Here, take a picture like this and do this." And I'm like, "Okay, I understand the esoteric stuff, so I know this guy's like probably in some weirdo cult." So I ignored him. I didn't do those things. But then he calls me and he goes, "No, wait. Even fast forward before 2014 in Miami, somebody calls me from Hollywood and says, after I did a TV show, he goes, 'You know, Sergio, you're so cool. You know what we want you to do?'"
Do they all talk like that in California?
We want to. We got 2 roles for you. Okay, one, you're gonna play a terrorist that storms the American embassy. This is before the Hillary thing, by the way.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Racist?
Wait.
Storms?
And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." And they go, "Why?" Because I'm an American. I'm a patriot. And I just don't. I'm not gonna portray Islam.
Good.
And I go next, and he goes, "Okay, well, what we're gonna do is okay. So the only way you're gonna move up in this business, you gotta be a ball player. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to. We're gonna put you in a dress, and you're gonna be in a comedy movie, and we're gonna move you right to the top." I go, "No, I'm not wearing a dress either." They go, "Why?" Because my whole music thing is like kind of Manowar but punk, and it's about muscles and dudes and dress. I'm not Nirvana. I'm not the Meat Puppets. I'm not gonna do that.
Red Hot Chili Peppers played that out.
I've heard that before. Like, actually, this guy that works here, he's said that before. That's a thing. They're always trying to get performer or whatever to dress.
It's a ritual.
Yeah, to dress in drag and do like to do like a movie or something like that, or
because it's a ritual. It's a satanic ritual in their head.
Yeah.
And then, but now let's fast forward back to what I wanted to tell you. So the guy calls me one day and goes like this, and I remember clear as day. I was in Studio City driving down Ventura Boulevard, and he goes, "Sergio, look, nobody likes the things you say, okay? Because you're acting like a conservative and all that stuff and talking about Jesus, okay? But they like what you do. You're a great player. You're a great singer. You're able to lead people. People like what you do. Nice. So this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to give you a house in the Hollywood Hills. How's that sound?" I'm like, "Okay." "And there's a really famous singer that wants you to be featured on their album. How's that sound?" I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "And then we already have an actress that she's really on her way up. She's a B actress now. We're going to make her an A. We're going to make it so that you two get married, and you're going to have a certain job, okay?
Oh, shit.
But you have to play ball, and you have to do this. And before we do any of this, I want you to come to this party in the Hollywood Hills with me. It's no big deal. It's just a mansion, and we're gonna wear masks. We're going to wear masks, and we're going to do this like ballet type dance thing around the table. And on the table is going to be meat. It's just pig. Don't worry about it. All you do is you take the meat and you do this dance and you say a vow, and that's it. We're going to make you super famous." I go, "First of all, I know what you're doing."
Illuminati.
Exactly. I'm not joining your freaking cult. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm a patriot. I ain't turning on the Americans. And number 3, I can get that by myself by going on tour and playing for 20 years. And he goes, "You'll never make it in this town. You're freaking crazy. You think you're Ingrid Malmsteen?" Hung up. Never heard from him again. But he was grooming me since 2004. And I put it together because hindsight's 2020. Because it just seemed like this guy was always around.
Sense.
But if you have a talent, if you're a good podcaster, if you're a singer, if you're a player, and you have it factor, they already have dossiers on you. Mm-hmm. They have dossiers, and they're like, "Okay, when this guy gets to this level,
They
he
got a
lives in New
scouting
York,
log.
send Jimmy the something and throw some blondes at him. Let's see if he's cool with drugs. Okay, he's cool with drugs. All right. So then if he likes drugs, then let's take him to Colombia, have him shoot somebody, and we'll videotape him. And we say, look, now you're going to be a rapper for us, and if you don't push the company narrative, we're going to put this out in the dark web, and everybody's going to know you're a murderer." So that's how they catch you. They catch you first. You put on the dress. Then you go to the party, and a 14-year-old is suffocated and dead. And guess
No
who's
shit.
the last guy that put his genetic material on her? That's how they get you. And I knew it because I studied Q before Q was even named, Alex Jones. So I knew it. I'm sitting there like, yeah, no, thank you. And then, dude, the stalking started. I had my house broken into multiple times. I lost like 4 cars.
Wow.
Every time I would get a job, like I got a day job while I did my music. I was a responsible American, right? I'm paying my taxes.
You were living in the hive, dude.
I was in the hive. But the hive made me strong.
Between out here, the internet is powerful.
The hive made me strong. Do you know what kind of Christian? No, I'm not kidding. You know what kind of Christian you become when you are the only person that believes in God in a city where everybody wants to kill you just because you don't believe what they believe.
Yeah, man.
I became like I told you when I came, and all that stuff I was talking to you about was experience, and that's why I don't care anymore. They know my name. They just don't know what to do with me. I know how to beat them. You know how you beat them? You get close to God and you keep telling the truth, because all they do is try to intimidate you, because like you said, you have the authority. They can't, whether it's demonic or physical, you have to hand over your power. If you don't hand it over, no matter how many punches they give you, eventually
They say the devil knocks 3 times.
Boom.
Really?
That's what they say.
Well, what do you do to
And you have
Jesus?
to invite him in.
You have to invite him in. So you're gonna. Sometimes you get tried and tried and tried, and then
And
one day they
you have to invite Jesus in too.
Absolutely, right.
You know what I'm saying? Second.
But good. You look, and let me tell you something. For you guys that don't believe out there, I came an hour early to the meeting just because I wanted to be, for the first time in my life, responsible for. It was supposed to be an 8 o'clock meeting, and I'm here
Stop
at 7.
it.
We are fucking
Now,
flattered. We're blushing.
now I'm on a freaking camera talking to you
Wait
about
a minute.
Jesus and how to defeat Hollywood. That's
I was
providence.
here 2 hours
That's
early and I didn't even
Jesus
prop
Christ.
myself up.
That's the power of Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
If one thing that I can say, one thing, and we're gonna wind this up right now. I gotta say,
Bobby don't want to get shot.
no, I gotta say.